What's going on YouTube? It's Big Joe with another deck profile. Wait for y'all. I got monarchs. And let's get through it. uh I'm also looking for these are my favorite cards, and I'm looking for a black market token. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments below. Remember, subscribe and like. I played 2 Eidos, 2 Edel. I would never play nothing less than 2 after testing them. Uh, this has the same problem as Karaz, to where you always want to have one in deck at least for later combos. 2 Maxis and 2 Battle Faders. And those basically all my little guys and hand traps I play. It's pretty self-explanatory, to where you play the Maxis. This is standard monarch, not extra deck. You play the Maxis so you don't just lose. The same thing for the Battle Faders. If people play into them, you of course you get the Battle Faders or get the Heavenly. So that's essentially you'll have, what was that, 5 hand traps. If you get it, have the trip, you hopefully have it. And 2 Match Sea Fiend and 2 Karaz. I don't know what happened there. They got mixed up some kind of way. Straighten that out. There we go. 2 Match Sea Fiend and 2 Karaz. Same thing for, I said EOS, the same thing Karaz. You want to make sure you have one of that to continue your combo with the Ether. 3 Ether and 3 Erebus. And that's 18 monsters. The reason I played Majesty Fiend over Vanity's Fiend, right over here, is because that 1200 defense really messes you up. And that's how you brick a lot in this deck or whatever. A lot of people don't realize that. That's how you get a lot of bricks, because the 2 cards that don't work with this. And yeah, simple way to explain it or whatever. And then Majesty Fiend, I can go domain and lock you out from extra deck. Vanity's Fiend, I like Vanity's Fiend, don't get me wrong. Both of them like have their different things to do. Vanity's Fiend completely shuts it down, where Majesty Fiend cuts off all dumb effects. So if they have something to power over your monster or something else with a monster effect, you don't have to worry about it, or honest or anything of that type. Alright, pick these up and go to spells and traps. Everything is backwards because I did this video about 3 times already, but trying to get my camera to work right. 2 allures. Another reason I play Battle Fader, because if it is dead in your hand, you can always allure it off, and that's where I play 3 Erebus too. Because a lot of times you don't need the Erebus unless it's like the matchup against Cosmos, or you can't target that monsters. You need the Erebus. Or like if somebody's main is Zombie World. I actually played it last week. One of my friends I played, a younger guy, was playing Zombie World. He was like, you can't tribute. I was like, he's a zombie. Oh shit, I lose. 2 Twin Twister. Same thing. You get to play those decks that have 100 back roll. You need it out. You need it out in the main board. You're not always going to have the Karaz or the Erebus. So you need Twin Twisters in the main board. I feel like you do. 2 Prime. Yeah, self-explanatory. 1 for 1 and reasoning. A lot of people don't know about the reasoning. I saw it in the older build. I wish I played this deck when they had 2 reasonings, because reasoning is amazing in this deck. You just go reasoning. They're always going to call 8 for some dumb reason. I'm telling you, test the reasoning out. Just test the reasoning. Reasoning is amazing. You don't need Foolish Barrel. You need reasoning. Reasoning will get you there. Sometimes I do hit. Now, I will say I do hit my Battle Fader and Maxi. I have hit them before, but it just ends up being a tribute. It's not really that bad. And then if you already have them in hand, then you already know it's pretty much free. In late game, if you hit the Ether or the Eidos, it's amazing. Or you just hit a mark, but they always call 8 for some reason. 8, and they screaming out 8, 8. I'm calling 8. Oh, okay, all right, my bad, big man. And then I got my 1 of Monarch cards: 1 March, 1 Frost Blast, and 1 Return. I like Return because you get around of Strike, of course. Another reason I play Twister. You don't have to deal with 100 back roll and traps and stuff like that. But I feel like I don't need it in my build a lot. Like it's nice to get the combo off, but a lot of times, sometimes I have to discard it for the pantheism and different things. Frostblast is amazing. I didn't read Frostblast. I was like, oh, it pops. It's a Galaxy Cyclone. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. It pops set cards. That's cool. And they still pop even if they flip to. Make sure you find that ruling out too at your locals. It still pops even if you target it and they flip the whole chain. Okay, it's still destroyed because it's not like a Marksman. It's not the same. It still pops the card. And it pops set cards, not just spelling traps, but monsters also too, and field cards, whatever you want to pop. 2 to the main. I don't play 3 to the main. I'm considering. I was maining 3rd in the side for mirror match, or somebody Fall Kings and locks you out. You can go, drop the level, drop the level, drop the level. Summon the 28. 3 Stormforth, and I mean, it's basically the staple. 3 Stormforth and 3 Panthers. I'm gonna zoom out so y'all can see, and then 3 Tenacity, of course. I mean, that's 22 spells. And I think I explained everything or whatever, so y'all understand why I play it. People, why do you play that? How you play it? Why you play it that way? So people understand. I'm gonna go to the extra deck, the side deck. Excuse me. 3 retorts. This card is amazing, by the way. I'm gonna explain that. 3 decrees, and that's. See if I can get on this track. I just put 2 escalations in. I don't have to play 2. That's it for spells and traps. I mean, that's it for spells. 2 foolish, chalice, 1 more twin twister. Okay, yeah, I did have domain inside. The 3rd one. Last domain, the last fader, the last maxi, and the mass majesty. And that's my side deck. For this deck, let me explain. The royal decree and the retort are the biggest things. Oh, and I'll explain the chalice. So I'm gonna let the secret out. Some friends have been talking about they're gonna main Fall King again because they say, "Oh well, what do Monarch players side to beat the beat everybody to beat the Master Strict? They side Royal Decree or they side Twin Twister. Now nobody sides Royal Decree but me. And then one of the guys just started sided. Well, he doesn't even side it. He wants to side the retort, but nobody has them. It's not. This card is a hard card to find. If you have them, I would like them if you have them. But Forbidden Challenge is just for if people want to be funny inside Fall Kings, and then I have to go to game 3 and I can't get beat over the Fall Kings, then I'm just gonna go double Chalice and I can chalice the Fall King, not worry about his dumb behind. The retort. This is why this like I have a really good matchup against my build has a really good matchup against the extra deck build. I constantly say that all the time, and I've only lost to 1 extra deck build. And that's because that was the first time playing it. Yeah. But I'll give it to them. They beat me. So anyway, you can't win every duel. But you go first, or they let you go first because I want the extra card. So if you're going first, okay, game 2. Let me explain this. Game 2, if you're siding in traps to stop your opponent, you want to go first. That needs to be understood. Because you want to set your traps. If I side in 3 of these and I see boom, 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 I want to go first. I don't want to go second game 2. Y'all need to understand that. Why would you want to go second? And then you go second and you open this. Their traps already set. You know what I'm saying? If you go first and set and then go off and then set. I mean, if they have the Twin Twister, they have it. But against Monarchs, they don't side Twin Twister because they side Master Strix. They side what's the other spell? Anti-spell fragrance. And then you side decrees, and then they side other traps, 100 other traps, and you side 1 decree or 3 decrees, baby, and they set the whole back row. Pass turn. Okay, in phase decree. You got Twister, you lose, and they lose. Like I've beaten so many people off the decree. That's why I play the decree. Now, the retorque is for the mirror match and the extra deck one, because the extra deck one feels like it's so big and bad, and every monarch best. Well, I'm the best, but I'm the best monarch. I said, okay, why you ain't siding this then? If you ain't siding this, you ain't the best monarch player. I'm sorry to tell you. You ain't. Because both monarch decks at least play, somewhere around these cards, right? If I go first, because once again, going first, if I go first, and I go boom, 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 or and ditch this, and then draw and search and draw, and then I'm gonna put these in grave, and then I do heavenly effect, and then that's another thing in the mirror match. Y'all need to understand too. In the mirror match, you want to have 2 of these. You want to have 1 in hand, 1 on field at all times. If you can do that every turn and keep your opponent away from theirs, you literally win the duel. It's just simple. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Because you go this turn 1 and you stack your board and you set 2 of these, there's no way you can use Yeah, and lose. Excuse me, use. Yeah, you have this in your hand, and your opponent tries to do something, and you slap another one on board, and you go Karaz and disrupt their plays. Disrupt their plays. That's all you have to do. But anyway, retort. Back to retort. Retort's effect is if you have a copy of a card in your grave and they play a card, you negate their card and add your copy back to your hand. So this is essentially, I don't even know what essentially it would be. Essentially, is you're getting another card back to your hand. Basically, you're negating theirs. So and then I'm pretty sure they can't play another copy because they go by that same. Most of the monarch cards go by that same kind of rule. Like once it's played, it's played. It got negated, but you attempted to play it. So once they play the tenacity, you negate the tenacity, add it back to your hand. They play the pantheism, negate the pantheism, add it back to your hand. Yeah, they get pantheism from grave, but if you open two of these, it's literally golden. It's no way you use. I've they be like Stormforth, and I'm like, damn. And I was looking at my grave, and I look at my set. I was like, oh wait, retort, negate it, add back to my hand. Like this card is amazing. I don't know how you play this deck and don't side this card. This is so good. It's such a good card. I think every Monarch deck should be playing that in the mirror. Because you think about how many. Well, Joe, what? I'm not gonna play that many mirrors. It's only $30 for a Monarch deck, man. And most generic ones, most Monarch players are bad. 80% of 90% of the Monarch people playing Monarchs are horrible. Like, and that's why people hate the deck because you can just pick it up, but it's like it doesn't make you good. Buying the deck for $30 doesn't make you good. You need to sit down and build it to the way you know how to play, or not even the way you know how to play, but the way the meta is right now. But that's just that was my Monarch deck profile. I'm sorry if I went off on a little rant there, y'all. But just trying to explain. If you like this video, say something, like the video, comment, say something in the comments, subscribe. All right, later, guys.